Hello YouTube, Matthew Williams on a lovely Sunday morning. That's about seven and a half in the morning. And yes, I had an interesting surprise when I came home yesterday. The day before, I decided I was going to go over to visit my friends in Bristol. And I basically had to go out for a couple of hours before I did this. So I left the dog in the house. Now, sometimes when the sun is out, you don't want to take the dog in the car because obviously you can leave the windows open a little bit, but you can't leave the windows open a lot in case somebody decides to get in the car and steal stuff, including steal the dog. So, you know, there's a limit to how much you can leave windows open. So, therefore, sometimes it's just safer not to take the dog out in hot weather. And you only take the dog out in cold weather. But anyway, having to leave the dog in the house for, say, 5 hours makes me feel a bit guilty. Always has done, you know. So I always try to get home, and then it's big fusses for the dog and treats and go for a walk and all that sort of stuff. But needs must sometimes. Then anyway, so the dog once or twice, not that many times, once or twice has had little accidents. And what she tends to do is, if she's going to have an accident, she'll have an accident on the bed that she never sleeps on. The bed that I bought her, which is really fluffy, and she never sleeps on because she doesn't like fluffy things. She likes hard things. She likes to lie on the hard floor. And she has got a bed which is made out of foam, which she lies on, but it's very thin foam, very thin, so it's almost near hard. And that one she'll lie on because it's almost hard. But given a choice between hard and really hard, stone cold floor, she'll lie on the stone cold floor, which is a bit weird. So the lovely fluffy bed, which has her toys on it, she won't use that. That's just a ceremonial bed. But what she will do is she'll pee on it if she needs to, if she's busting. So that's kind of okay because you don't mind that. But anyway, the other day, she obviously wanted to come with me really badly. Oh, she must have wanted to come with me really badly. You know when she's upset. You know when she's upset because sometimes you come in and you look around and she's not there, and you think, oh, where is she? And she'll have gone up on my bed, and she'll either be lying on my bed or lying in my room. And sometimes she'll have gone on my bed and she'll be looking for the roll of tissue paper. And she will find the tissue paper, which she knows she's not supposed to go on my bed, and she knows she's not supposed to go near my computer table, but she has been known to steal it off the side of the computer table and pull it onto the bed, and she'll pull off sheets, and she'll pull the sheets off, and she will eat the sheets, because she likes eating sheets of tissue paper. So every once in a while, you know, I do give her a sheet because she is partial to a sheet of tissue paper. So, you know, one sheet's not going to hurt. Give her a sheet of tissue paper because I'm always blowing my nose with bloody hay fever anyway, and use of snuff. So anyway, she likes tissue paper, and she loves the toilet rolls afterwards. She loves to chew up the cardboard rolls. Now then, anyway, you normally find her on my bed, or you find her in the room somewhere, and that's her way of saying, I really did want to come with you today, you know. And I try and take her as often as I can out with me in the car, so she does come with me, and she gets to come to the places that I go. Take her in the pub until she gets too wound up and starts howling and howling and howling and howling, and then she has to go back in the car. But yes, she is always the centre of attention, always getting made a great fuss of wherever she goes. And this night, or this day rather, she wasn't in her normal place. And she had been upstairs, and she'd been on my bed, and I didn't realise because I was off to Bristol that day. And when I came in, I thought, there's a weird smell in this room. There's a weird smell in this room, and I couldn't work out what it was. And I thought, Jesus, that's a strange smell. I thought, God, it must be time for me to wash my bedding again. And literally, that's what I thought. I thought, God, you know, it seems to me like, you know, I've let it go a little bit long. It smells a bit dank in here. Better open the windows. You know, I think my bedding needs to be washed. And I'm like, okay. So I can't get my head around this smell. I'm thinking, I've never really had a smell this bad before. What is this smell? I'm thinking, you know, something's not right here. Something's not right. I couldn't work it out. And I went to Bristol. Like I said, I had to leave Cassie for a few hours that day. It wasn't that long. And then when I came back, as I say, it was the middle of the day. And I thought, oh, right, get Cassie in the car. Let's go to Bristol, come back. When I came back from Bristol and it was time to go to bed, and I actually picked up books and papers and documentation that was sitting in the middle of the bed. When I picked them up, I realised that they were actually quite sodden. And then it dawned upon me, that's what that weird smell was. Ah, Cassie has decided, in anger at being left behind, not being taken out in the car with me, Cassie decided in her anger to get on my bed, go to the middle of the bed, right where all my paperwork was, including documentation for the car and documentation for the microlight, and she decided to urinate on all of that. And luckily, I do say very luckily, we've got a mattress on the bed, which is a sort of removable mattress before you go down to the actual bedding, the bed below. And this mattress actually soaked it up. So it's basically, it's a sort of duvet that is there and basically can be washed. So I'm going to spend the rest of the day washing Cassie's pee out of very thick duvet. And it'll probably take about 2 hours to wash, and it'll probably take about 2 days to dry, at least. And it'll have to be turned and turned and turned, and it'll have to be hung in the sun, or at least allowed to drip dry. And I imagine it's going to be a real pain to actually get this stuff dried. So it's going to take me days to get my bedding dried, because it has to be done in the bath and it has to be done by hand, because it's so big you can't get it in the washing machine. So that's going to be great. So this is what I want to tell people, is it's, as you know, it's wonderful owning pets. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful owning pets. When they leave you little surprises, it can make you wonder how wonderful it is, because they do strange little things from time to time. But all I'm going to say is this: how many dogs in the world get away with all that and never get bollocked? Never get bollocked and never get really told off. In fact, actually just get spoilt more and given treats because they were left on their own for a little bit long. And it was never their fault. They can't help it. They don't understand what they're doing. But how many dogs in the world get actually allowed to do that and get away with it? Not many, I'm sure, not many. But if you are a real dog lover out there, you'll know what I mean. It's really hard to tell them off when they don't understand what they've done. Sometimes when she was younger, I would tell her, sort of like that was wrong. But now she's so old, you can't tell them off. I mean, at the end of the day, because they're so lovely. And she's getting on for 14 now, and she's such a dear. So, oh yes. We put up with these things. Thanks YouTube for watching, and enjoy the thought of me up to my arms in pee doggy water in the bath, washing my linen in the next couple of hours. So there we go. Have a nice day.